Slap that shit out.
How are you?
You like it, bastard.
Can I just get my tip in?
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright, Wyatt.
Alright, you're good, Wyatt.
Alright, we're good? We're good?
Yeah, man.
So we're here with Ashton and Art, so we go way back, these three and I, or
Do we?
two and I. Yeah. So Ashton was actually, when I first moved out to LA, I lived with Ashton in a living room for 3.5 years. In
Humble
Studio
beginnings,
City.
brother.
I know, humble beginnings. Yeah, I was living out of like Tupperware. It was great. So they started, of course, these guys are both huge in like the entertainment industry, and they've started a YouTube channel. I'll let you guys start talking about that. I don't want to say anything that I'll regret.
I love that you would say things.
Okay,
It makes us look better.
Right. So of course you guys started this YouTube channel. It started from a viral video, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? It was a video. Here, actually, I'll let you go into it.
Oh man, yeah, it started on accident. Viral video, almost 3 years now, coming August-ish. I don't know what day it is. Yeah.
I think it's December.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
It was August-ish. That's why he said ish.
Right. Just leave it open.
Yeah, leave it open.
August of 2016, yeah, I was getting all of those, those robocalls that come to your phone from the fake IRS saying you owe a bunch of money, pay us now or you're going to get arrested. And pretty much out of an effort of getting them to stop calling me, I answered it and recorded the exchange and was expecting to have a few minutes of humorous footage and ultimately had a 45-minute phone call recorded to where the guy went so freaking mentally crazy that I wasted his time that he went on this terrorist rant, took responsibility.
Literally
I said, we did
terrorist.
9/11, went
9/11.
off. And
Like,
my dad is Bin Laden, that shit.
Yeah.
Can we swear in this podcast? Correct. Just tell me now.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
just making sure.
yeah.
Well, good. I'll be more honest. Just kidding. So anyway, video was posted about a week later, and up till now, that video has been viewed over 250 million times.
$250 million, motherfucker!
I had no idea. It was like a Black Plague status.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, I guess there's no technical title to it, but you can find it by searching like "man receives call from scammer." It's one of the first things that comes up.
The man being you.
Well, I tried to be. So from there on out, I mean, that was obviously like life-changing and mind-blowing, but contrary to popular belief, one viral video doesn't really change your life. I mean, it's like, it does in certain ways, but you have to grasp onto it. It's like, thankfully, it was a video of us doing, in at least the first video I was alone, but again, I wasn't expecting this to happen, so... But yeah, it was a video of something that could be repeated in a sense, rather than just a video of my cat doing gymnastics. So it took us about 6 months. About 6 months of him and I were already very close and working together. We already lived together at the time, so it took a little time of formulating how we were going to use this to our benefit and figured out a way to keep doing this. And we came together, started a YouTube channel, and the rest is history. So.
And then people just kept calling. Right, the same types of people.
Well, at that point, then it came about us seeking them out. We only had a certain amount of calls coming in directly, but then we discovered how huge of an epidemic this is, and you can go online now and search active numbers. There's forums of people posting, oh, this is an active IRS number, this is an active blah blah blah. So at this point now, we're doing this so often that we have to find them. But now that's kind of what makes us like the Robin Hoods of this, I guess.
Yeah, like stealing from the mouths of like these wannabe terrorists.
Terrible, horrible people.
Right. Yeah,
exactly.
It's great. And so then, what did that segue into? So like, what were I personally know the videos that you guys create, but if you just want to talk about like how you took it further and like how you started playing with these people and like really fucking with them and just like ruining their lives in the best possible ways.
It's actually funny because right before everything happened, we, as you know, we've already been in filmmaking for a long time, right? So we've been writing, producing, doing everything. And we just finished web series, right? As you know, effing actors.
Yeah, right.
And we opened production company because we, submitted to film festivals, won film festivals, sold to Roku our concept, and for 1 year it's been on Roku. And we, based on that success in the filmmaking and creating showrunners, we opened up Trilogy Media as a production company. And basically we start writing. As you know, Ashton is a great writer, and we start submitting to a lot of, going to the studios. Yeah. stop.
Having a side conversation.
Don't underestimate yourself.
Okay.
No.
And it was funny, right before that phone call happened. So we got back from Universal Studio. I don't remember which studio. We got back home, and like you have to, you know how it works. You have to for 5 years knock on the door and tell them your script is gonna be the Oscar winner script. So we got home, and I was like, brother, fuck this. I don't want to kiss anybody else. If they don't like our scripts, I don't want to convince anybody. Let's find a way to do something that it's us. Just, we don't want to knock on a Hollywood.
Where they come to you.
Let the Hollywood comes to us. And he said, okay, well, let's meet at Trilogy Media meeting at midnight with a bottle of vodka, and we will figure it out. So we met at midnight, and he's like, okay, let's do something on YouTube channel. And we start brainstorming. So what are we gonna do? How are we gonna create? What are we gonna do? And a couple of weeks later, he kept bugging me, coming to the kitchen. He was like, have you received these, have you ever received these IRS phone calls? I was like, no. He was like, of course not, because, whatever, I'm receiving every day.
I was already familiar with the scam,
Right.
of course, but it was just an epidemic of like 3 weeks. I was getting literally like 20 a day calling my phone. I was like, what the hell? Like, I guess I've had my phone number since I was 12, so it's not that big of a surprise, but it kind of, and then led into that. But
Right.
I guess to harken back to your question, once, you can only do, I guess, the same thing so many times, and also because that particular guy that I had in that first call was like lightning in a bottle, we didn't approach more videos in the same way. We didn't say, oh, we have to recreate this. We didn't go about it that way. No. We had to figure out a way to turn this from where it started, which was like a gimmicky, scam-busting thing, a scam called Gimmick, into a platform where him and I could be ourselves and actually have something that's a little bit personality-driven and an outlet for us to just be who we are and create content, but while still holding on to the scam-busting element that already was working. And so it was a few months of planning and developing
5-6 years.
videos. Like, we started and immediately started doing videos together. And then we had to get more creative with like playing games while we did it, which also
like in Practical Jokers online, like just being and being us, always creative, always writing, always playing different characters, jumping, being funny, goofy. But meanwhile, when we find out that America is #1 country to get scammed, we're like, oh shit. It is a big deal. It is a huge deal. Government don't give a fuck about you. Nobody give a F nothing about you. So who you gonna call? Trilogy Media.
Right. So
Scambusters.
So you guys turned it. That's really smart of you guys to turn it, because it's like you said, you can't recreate someone else's motives or terrible sayings, but you can make it yours, which you guys did, and you guys are doing extremely well at.
Thank you. And that's
Thank
all
you.
we could have hoped
Appreciate
for, and we're very fortunate. I mean, it's we got. I mean, you can call it luck, you can call it whatever, but we're fortunate. We're grateful because it didn't happen. It didn't have to happen that way. And we had the people that are watching on our stream right now, we call them our squad. The people that follow the closest and support us the strongest. And we've had this core seed of a squad, we call them, since the beginning. Like we had. And it started smaller and it grew, and it's going to continue to grow.
1 person, 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, 200 people.
They've been the
became
ones
a family.
Yeah, and without them and without people like that, we would just be morons making videos for our walls. Like it would just, they give us a reason to do this.
Or gymnastic for the cats.
Yeah. So yeah, we're very fortunate, and I think we were right time, right place, but we also got lucky and
Right.
just ran with it.
Right. So of course, real quick, just backstory for our 3 listeners. You guys were, when we were living together, of course, you were doing fucking everything: editing, shooting, writing, acting, all of it.
Trying to.
And no, you were. I mean, however you want to put it, you were. And then it did it get to a point where you were doing this primarily, or were you still focusing on the entertainment, like the entertainment industry being like the writing, producing, blah blah blah, and the like YouTube videos, the channel at the same time?
You mean after the video happened?
Correct.
Well, I was on a personal growth at the time also, in regards to when that video happened, I was only maybe a year and a half out of having to work like 9-to-5 jobs that I hated. And back when we were living together, I was working a lot of that stuff, and it also was doing a big number on my mentality, my happiness, my mental health, all of that stuff. So, starting about 2015, I guess I would say and it was hugely in part to this guy and my relationship with him, of pushing me and making me recognize that I don't need these jobs to survive. I can make it on my own. I can work for myself. I had skills and talents in other areas of editing and stuff, and it was just a matter of kind of pushing me out of that life, this trap that I was in. And one of the best things that ever happened to me, because it completely changed my outlook on everything, and since my life has just gone on a giant uptick, and I attribute a lot of that to him and mentality, and not just luck, but we were also right place, right time. But to answer your question, yeah, the video happened about a year and a half after that kind of change for me. So I was already in a place where I'm like, I need to make my own way. I need to make my own living. I need to work for myself, because this is the only way that I know how to do it, the only way that I'm going to do it healthily and mentally clear. So it didn't like, it's not like the viral video happened and I had millions of dollars to play with, so I still had to work and still had to, of course, like keep growing the other things we were doing, but it has slowly over the last 2 years tipped the scales in the direction of like, wow, this is actually really a thing. This is actually a platform. This is actually something where we can make a difference and can change not only our life, but people's lives that are watching and people's lives that are being affected by these scams. So thankfully, we're now, I would say, doing this, full time. I mean, we still have our other businesses and stuff that we're doing, but it's enough of a chunk of our life now that we can say that this is what we do, and it's I like to call it like a tree trunk branch of our career, and everything else we do will branch off of this somehow.
Right. And like you said, they're all connected.
Yeah.
They're all working to grow what it is that you guys want to do in the long term.
We never, like, when we met 10 years ago, and that's why I clicked with Ashton so
About
much.
10 years ago?
10 years ago, yeah.
Holy moly.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Holy
Crazy.
moly. How did you guys
Time
meet real quick? Sorry.
Through mutual friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the
And-
acting community, we were working on scenes and stuff, and we just built up a friendship from there, started working on projects, which eventually led to more web series, and lived together eventually, and then now this.
And that's what really intrigued me, because me coming from different country, for me, like, while you guys sleeping, I have to work 24 hours to keep up with the same level that you guys have, right? So coming with such a workaholic mentality, like immigrant mentality, and I was like, okay, so being naive, you went to your agent and you think like he's gonna give you lead role immediately, right, in Hollywood, and it's not happening, and they're gonna give you like peanuts, like season number 5. You got killed in 12 seconds after like this scene is,
Right, and
and
like you said, you're stroking their dick just for them to give you a shot.
Exactly.
And it's just,
And
messed up.
hoping and praying someone just to give you a job. And
Yeah,
that's like,
right.
True,
And
absolutely.
Who has time for that?
Well, who can do that forever? I mean, it just,
It drains you.
We
Very
never
draining.
been like, at least me, I can speak for myself, like being in like trained for Olympics, being in Olympic school, being always captain. I always like to lead. I don't like to sit and wait when somebody gonna give me Oscar or lead role or a wife or $1 million, right? It's kind of like, go get it. You from Russia, you just like, there is one opportunity, one life opportunity can cross, and 1,000 people will see that opportunity, and you have to hustle to even not only see it,
no
but
pun intended.
yes.
Well, boom. Yeah,
Exactly.
right,
Hashtag
right.
plug.
And that's why I was like, talking to Ashton, I was like, we didn't want to sit and wait. I always told Ashton, we can be the new generation of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Write, direct,
I love
produce,
that. I
just
love
go,
that.
knock on the door, you don't like it, go fuck yourself. We're gonna write somebody else who's gonna like it. Life is too short to sit and wait when somebody gonna tell you, gonna give you something. Managers, agents, publicists, no. Just write, create, direct. God bless YouTube. You can express, you can be whoever you want, and
Amen to that.
yeah.
Couldn't have said it better.
Dude, I need this talk like every day. Like wake up and just be like, Art, Ashton, where you guys at? Like I need this today.
You could easily do your own side playlist on YouTube or Instagram, whatever, motivational.
Of motivational stuff.
Like Gary Vee or Dwayne Johnson, like just make your own like inspirational, like today you're gonna fucking do this, you fucking do,
And that's
or
what
fuck you.
And that's what like when I met Ashton, he'd been working so many jobs, and I was like, I saw like a rough diamond, and that's for me in basketball. When I see somebody has a talent as a like 3-point shooter or like great rebounder or something, right? Or I'm like, I see the talent, but he has to work on that talent to be like a freaking diamond. And I saw in him, and it's killed me when he been so in working a lot of jobs. And I was like, brother, you're already fucking diamond. Just keep believing, let's keep going, and that's it. And we start like little by little, step by step, like baby steps, writing, directing, producing, doing here, there, and when you keep putting those seeds in the ground, pew, 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 pew.
Right. I'll have as many lures as in the water as you can. Exactly. And I know, this guy is the hardest working person I ever met in my life, and
he's American. I'm saying,
I was born in this country and I spoke English from birth, so I don't even take
and that's why I was like, he has that mentality. He's like, when everybody's sleeping, he's working. I can walk literally at 5 in the morning in his room and I know he's gonna be working. Like Ashton, I have a viral idea. I have a script in my mind.
And
Let's
I'll
go.
say, go fuck yourself. Editing.
Yeah, right.
No, but
He will like meet me in 5.
you guys are a match made in heaven.
it works out.
Yeah, we so opposite.
Maybe that
likewise.
video wouldn't have got up. Maybe it would have gone viral, but it probably would have stopped there if it wasn't for him. And having that push of that, like, no, don't stop there. Like, how can we make this bigger and better? And I mean, who knows what I'd probably still be working at a fucking video store if I'd ever met him. So.
Please, you give me too much credit.
Well, this is true.
It's like
The glory days.
Well, and I'm grateful for those days because it reminds me every single day what I have to go back to if I fuck up or I stop trying or if I lose my daily routine of like get shit done, because it could happen overnight sometimes.
Yeah, as we know. People saying success is overnight, and I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, but see what we've been doing for 10 years before that happened, before that role, before that viral video, before this and that is just like hustle, and hustle.
Yeah. Well, you guys clearly like have the fruit on your tree, and it's just like
You just
more
have to keep
and more
keep
and more.
growing,
We're
keep
always
watering.
hungry, and we're always hungry for more, and that's the reason what keeps us going every day. And thankfully, we work so well together because we're so different people. We come from such drastically different backgrounds, but we want the same thing, and we just have different ways of looking at it, which oftentimes is very helpful because it's like, if I had a clone of me, it would just be, two sarcastic assholes in the bedroom editing as opposed to two guys that are actually making shit happen.
Right, right. So where would you say? Because you guys don't strike me as the people who would like. There is an end where it's like, oh, we made it. Like we're there. We finally got to where that is. But like, what is like the next step in your guys' journey right now?
Well, thank you for asking. It's a great question. As we're speaking, we're in the process of founding 22 episodes for our new show.
Which show is that?
Well, it's not like, it's still being written and still being worked on.
Is it Hush Hush?
Not necessarily.
No.
The working title is called The Cheat. And the quick 15-second backstory is that we wrote a screenplay about a year and a half ago, a feature film, kind of based on what we do, but it's kind of like the reverse of it, like the Wolf of Wall Street take on the scam. So instead of us being scam busters, we're actually scam creators. And it's kind of like an action comedy type of thing. So it's a fun script we wrote based on all this a while back, but now that we've kind of have this platform and this new way of like making content, in the more immediate future, it was more reasonable for us to make an episodic version of this and not a grand scale feature film that we can actually do our own, and we can crowdfund it. We can use the support of our amazing fans and squad to help us make this happen. So that's squad, we love you. So that's a specific thing that's next. But I guess the bigger scope answer would be to keep growing the channel, because it's the one grounded thing that we have to stand on that gives us a place to be us and make content on our terms. And that's amazing in this day and age that we're living in such an amazing time that 10, 20 years ago you couldn't do this. So we're so fortunate to be in this space and this time where we can keep doing that. So YouTube is kind of like our platform, our tree trunk. And so we want to keep making that bigger and thicker and stronger. But we want unlimited branches. We want to do this web series. We want to do more films. We're both still actors. We want to, having the channel and the following is opening more doors with that too. And so
creating more showrunners, because even to do a live stream on a Friday, we used to have one live stream a month. Right now we have every Friday, and right now we've been thinking to do 2 live streams, right?
Per week.
And it's per week. It's a show because it has to be the beginning, middle, and the ending, right? So it has to be
of these live streams.
Absolutely, yeah. We used to have live stream for 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Right now we have, remember Sean Connery those times? Yeah.
You were actually in our first live stream. Our very first live stream.
You guys popped his? You popped his?
Yes.
Oh.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's again one of those things that develops, but the live streams are one of our favorite things to do.
Yeah,
because
can you guys talk about what it... Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Can you talk about what it is that you guys do on those live streams?
Well, again, it was part of the growth of the YouTube channel and discovering the opportunities that afforded us. But when we started doing streams a year and a half ago, we did our first one. It was like, well, we know YouTube streaming is a thing. all we've done is post videos, so let's try it. It actually was for me, it was a little intimidating because every time we put a piece of content out, calling scammers is very unpredictable. So when you put a video out, you have 100% control over the edit, over the content, who you include, who you don't, what you say, how you structure it in the editing, 100% control. Calling a scammer live initially was terrifying because it's like, we don't know what's going to happen, we don't know who we're going to get, we don't know what they're going to say. Am I going to be as witty live? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I'm sure you just shut right down.
Well, so it was just a completely different medium for this kind of thing that we've been doing for almost a year. And so, but we did it, and it was amazing. It was fun. People loved it. And so it just kind of grew from there. Like, we did one, and then we did another one, and then we did another one, and then we're like, well, we should do this once a month. And then it was like, oh, we should do this once a week. And then it turned into a thing now where we're like playing board games simultaneously and doing like challenges because it's like just such a fun way. And we take ideas from the chats, we answer their questions, we can talk to them. It's the one way we have to directly communicate with people that are watching and chatting, and like, they can comment on a YouTube video all day, but when they can chat and we can answer them right there live, it's like a whole nother level.
They even send us a game, the one game that they want us to play. So we're gonna
every week.
People send my personal PO box from 10 years ago has turned into our business Trilogy's receptacle of fan mail and games, and it's amazing. I go check it every week, and I'm excited because people send us stuff and they send us games.
It's gonna be one game, fun game.
I think the last 7 or 8 live streams in a row have been games we played that people have sent us to play.
That is
hey
so
guys,
cool.
there is a game, and
cool.
what do we do? So we do announcements, especially being on an NBC and being having a publicist on a team, going on a bigger level, reach out to a bigger distance. We end up being on the front page of Wall Street Journal, and that changed everything. All the TV, radio stations start inviting us, right? And then it's kind of like, okay, so we're having this thing, but also we have, this kind of like Hollywood life, when, you go to NBC, Fox came to our apartment and stuff, but we have like our private, it's kind of like not private, it's a public YouTube, but we can be who we want to be, right?
Right, you don't have to. Exactly.
You don't have to exactly.
Yeah.
So
people can watch or not watch, but we are who we are, and that's it.
We give the what's happened to us, what is going to happen, what are the plans. So we talk about like first 5 to 7 minutes about what's happened last week and what's going to happen next week. Give people ideas, what's happening.
Write that down.
Yes, then we're gonna call scammers, interact with scammers, and then whoever gonna lose a game, there is a punishment, there is a game, so it's a show.
And it's almost its own following on its own because the YouTube videos get views and comments and stuff, but we have this separate kind of side community that watches like almost all of the streams. A lot of them watch all of them, and it's like we see some of the same people. Hey, Icy's back. Hey, Christina's watching. Sarah's here. We almost create these. These relationships on the streams, and I mean, we even just like our stream last Friday, we just like broke a couple records as far as like how many people were watching at one time, and it's just like and it's not about the numbers. We don't.
It's about the people.
We don't dwell in that, but it's still touching when you're like watching, like holy shit, look at that versus a year ago. And it almost makes you emotional. I almost got emotional on Friday's stream.
Yeah, so many times you were like, Art.
I was like, there were 600 people watching simultaneously, and I was like, wanted to shit my pants.
Listen to this. We went to Good Morning La La Land. By the way, hello, Good Morning La La Land, if somebody's watching. And it's like 10 people, right? 10 guests, and Trilogy Media, one of the 10, right? Should have been one. But 10. So we showed up, and it's 9 more people, and I was like, brother, let's get the fuck out of here. And he was like, Art, stay humble. That's it, we're gonna do it. So, just joking. So, and we just, we in a segment all the way at the end, right? So we're like 8, 9, or 10, right? The last one. And all these big people, what was the name of the lead guy from...
Bobby Kimball.
Bobby Kimball was there, right? And they have a live stream YouTube.
From Toto. You're younger than me, so you might not know.
Oh, from Toto.
Yes. Yeah. So, and like all these big people, famous people, it's, like they come and go, and it's getting at the end. And production assistant came to us and they're like, holy shit, guys, our YouTube is breaking record. Trilogy Media, everybody's like, when is Trilogy Media is gonna be live? So it's like our squad commenting on their show. It's like,
it's so cool.
And we're just like, that's it's just, you cannot buy these. It's priceless.
Yeah.
It's absolutely priceless.
Yeah, could you guys talk about what it is that you were, of course you did like a press tour right? Like you guys were going around on news shows and whatever else. And what exactly?
Well,
were you...
thanks to our amazing squad and the support that has built up over the last year, it enabled us to bring a publicist on.
Financially, yes.
Which is a very expensive, huge endeavor. I had never hired a publicist before. I had looked into them and never did it because like, fuck, it's expensive. But we brought a publicist on the team, and that blew open a whole bunch of doors. So yeah, I mean, over the last... And it kind of kicked off with the Wall Street Journal thing, which published right after Christmas, this last Christmas. So from December to now, I mean, we've been so grateful, but blessed with the ability to be interviewed on pretty much every network on TV.
We got a call from White House, ABC Network, to get our opinion on a new bill that just passed in Senate.
It's the ABC's The Briefing Room, is the news show, and they streamed it from like Washington D.C. But they called us in and patched us in, and we talked about the channel. They asked us about the new Senate bill, and it's just like
that if you're a scammer or if you're a telemarketer,
they're cracking down on the punishments for robocalls.
Right, exactly,
so
$10,000, and they call us on our opinion, of Trilogy Media opinion, on a new bill just passed in the Senate, and I was like, brother, what the fuck?
What's happening?
What's happening? It's just
it's crazy.
And everything starts from...
Holy shit.
Yeah. And even in November, before you get on your channel, on the big channels, right, your publicists have to pitch you. So he was like, okay guys, we have to go through every single radio station. And I literally thought we're running for president. We will wake up at 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning because it's 3-hour difference in different states, right? And every week we have like 5 to 10 different radio interviews. Arizona, freaking Houston, just name it. Every single state, they will put us on interview, and our publicist will take the tape and submit to a studios that we can, behave properly. Like we're cool and stuff.
Then we had the front page Wall Street thing in December, which then actually I was in Ireland for New Year's, and that was all kind of kicking into high gear while I was gone. And then I got an email while I was gone from a Fox 11 LA producer, which at first glance almost didn't look legitimate. So I sent it to our publicist, and I was like, "Is this real? This kind of looks like bullshit," because it was like a personal email address. I was like, "This isn't real." And then he called me back. He's like, "Bro,
just like that.
They want to shoot a whole segment on you." So the day I got back from Ireland after that trip, we had a Fox News crew in our apartment.
They came to
for
our
3
apartment,
hours, and they shot it. And then we watched the segment. It's like a 9-minute news segment with us at the forefront of it, plus the reformed scammer named Marquisimo that we helped get out of the job. They interviewed him on Skype, and then that kicked off a whole bunch of more stuff, and it's just like kind of spiraled.
It's a snowball. It's just going, and then it's just that's it. Oh, you got ABC, so NBC wants you. Oh, NBC, okay, freaking Fox wants you, and it's just that's it.
So what did the like technical things look like as far as like you were listening to these phone calls? Of course, you guys were doing games and all these sorts of like pranks,
using movie quotes to waste scammer time, right?
Right, and so
just using different.
You were just doing persistently like from your iPhone recording, and then it just slowly turned into like more and more professional,
like on the channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, so the first video I filmed on a old ass brick of a MacBook Pro, like 2008, freaking like 480p resolution. It looked like shit, but again, just goes to show that viralness has nothing to do with picture quality.
Yes.
And then the second one I did the same thing. So like I don't know, the next few videos I just was using webcams. I got him involved with just webcams, and then we started using the iPhone because we had the better lighting, and the phone was actually a pretty good camera,
right?
So yeah, we did that for like a year
and a half or something. Yeah.
But again, just as growing the channel and the resources, you just,
and having supports from Trilogy Media squad,
we're able to upgrade. Like I was just telling you before about the streaming, we used to stream just from the iPhone all the time, and it was getting to the point where the picture quality was really low and like we were buffering all the time. So thanks to them and their support, we got like the best streaming webcam you can get. Plus broadcasting software, and like I got a better laptop, and so we just
buy the lights. You know, like you need light equipment, you need audio, sound. You know how.
So you just grow with it, and then you go back and watch the old videos, and you cringe. You're like, oh fuck, that looks like shit.
We use because we don't have a tripod, we will use a bucket. Right?
Put a phone on a
bucket. We will put a freaking blue bucket.
We have the mini tripods, but like this is too low, right? So we have to put it up here. But we don't have big enough. So we're like, okay, you put a bucket like this, and you put it on top of the bucket, and they can't see it. So it's like, well,
and for a year and a half, we
stream from a bucket.
Stream from the bucket.
Dude, that is so like that's just consistency.
Yeah, like just growing with with the reinvesting what you're making with the growth of the channel and not getting greedy and saying, oh, I'm going to keep all this. Like, no, like reinvest it, get more equipment. And grow
in the beginning, like till right now, if you will ask me, we used to do 5 videos in the beginning, 5 videos. That's fucking a lot of videos. Now, looking back, I was like, brother, how
why did we do that? Well, I'm glad we did though, because you learn a lot by doing that. Because we went like full-fledged into the channel like in the summer of 17, and then from then till like November or December of 17, we did 5 videos a week, and we always keep up with what we promise. So it's like, if we tell them we're going to do 5 videos
45-second update, there is a Tuesday video, there is this video, and whatever you do, even the freaking naked Jennifer Lopez is like in your bed. Go make a video. It's all about persistence.
That's all you got to think about.
Baby.
But what we learned is that consistency is more important than frequency. We did not see a monumental difference in growth by doing 5 videos a week versus 1 video a week. It had nothing to do with that.
No, didn't change anything.
So it didn't matter how often we uploaded it. It mattered that we stuck to what we promised. So we reassessed, we backed it off and started doing like once or twice a week, but the content was so much better. And then we were actually, as that grew and the quality grew,
instead of quantity.
So yeah.
But I'm glad we did it because like at least for 5 videos, people can start engaging to us, like from Monday to Tuesday, and it's
well now looking back, we have a library of video. We have over 200 videos to watch on the channel. Yeah. So it's like anyone that's new now who comes to watch, we get comments every day of people saying, I just found you, I've been binge watching, and I'm like on coke, and I can't stop watching. Not really.
You're like,
what
yes.
I mean?
You're like, yeah, baby.
So at least they have like 2 years worth of stuff they can watch, and it's like it gets them to get to know us a little bit more too. So it's kind of
that is so. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So
and I think it's beer o'clock.
Right now? Right now? Oh, right.
What are you doing?
Right.
I've been waiting on that.
Sean Connery. Thank you, Sean Connery. I would get it myself, but I don't want to knock shit over.
Banana Airlines. Oh my god, the last live stream.
Did you hear the banana story?
No.
Oh my god.
We have time.
Oh my
Poor Sean Connery.
Sean is
Squad knows the bananas airline story.
Well, is it shareable?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't want to distract from the point of what we're doing.
No. This is more important.
Sorry, Sean Connery. Take a little intermission and tell the banana airline story. It's very quick, but
very funny. Look at it, he already ran.
As we're getting, thank you, Sean Connery. Thank you very much. Cheers. This is fun.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, squad. Much love.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
I didn't see you guys were drinking. Sorry. Cheers. That was rude. What the hell? Okay.
Got him over there. So,
long story short, we were flying to New York
for fan meetup and
for the fan meetup, and we
pleasure
had,
and publicity.
I mean, we could tell the whole story just about the airplane if we wanted to, but anyway, long story short, they had a few drinks before and on the plane. He was schmoozing the flight attendant, so he would come back literally with armfuls of snacks. And I think we paid for 1 drink, and we probably had like 6 on the plane each. So anyway, he was bringing back a lot of snacks, and at one point he had brought, a lot of pretzels and shit. At one point he brought back a banana, and this was early on in the flight. There was a banana in the mix, and I can't stand bananas, so I just
right. How did that?
Well, it's just eat it there. I don't want to smell it. But anyway, the banana left. Right, it's gone. Someone ate it or something. I figured. Right.
So we were so drunk and something we didn't even.
So it left our heads. Right. Yeah. So we landed, and I'm in the window. Sean Connery we call him Sean Connery.
Okay. Sean Connery Jr.
Yeah, in the middle seat, and then he's in the aisle.
So like this, yes.
So we stand up. We're in the very back row of the plane. We all stand up, and because I'm in the window, I'm looking towards Sean Connery. And as he stands up, all I see is a wall of goop. A wall of goop on Sean Connery's ass, and then my eyes went down, and I see a banana that looks like a piano fell on it. And I keeled over laughing, almost fell. I mean, we couldn't
holding and throw up while laughing.
Oh my god! I fell over laughing, and he couldn't see it. But the flight attendants had to kick us off the plane because we were keeled over. We couldn't move. We were laughing so hard.
We never smoked any weed in our life, but I think if we would ever smoke, we will
behave like that.
We will behave like that because they have to kick us out from airplane because it was empty, and we just like freaking on the floor.
So we still got off the plane, and he was just like looking at this goop. When we have it on film, it's the funniest fucking thing you'll ever see. And so now the running joke is that he flew from LA to New York on a banana.
And that's how we said.
You had to know we were going to tell that by inviting us here today.
He has his own.
It was inevitable. It was good.
The squad knows the story. Yeah, you set yourself up for that one.
He was so drunk he wouldn't feel banana for 5 hours. from the beginning in LAX to
Under his
JF
ass.
Kennedy on his ass.
How did it? Does anyone
No
know?
one knows.
No one knows.
No, it's a mystery.
And no one saw it until
No,
that
so
moment.
no one smell it, nothing.
I'm surprised I didn't smell it because it makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the conversation. The squad is going nuts about the banana story. Right? They love that story. He's infamous for it now.
Right now they're sending a lot of like emojis, a lot of pictures where it's
And like fan art about Banana Airlines.
Banana Airlines. And we call scammers on Friday, and the scam is basically that you call a travel company and you say like, hey, I want to book my ticket, right? And it's a scam. They're trying to get your money. They're not official tourist agency, right?
Right.
So I was on the phone with a lady, and I said, hey, I need to fly to Brazil to see my girlfriend. I think she's cheating on me. Can I book a ticket now? And they're like, yeah, so welcome to 7-Eleven. We're going to do this for this money and this money. And all of a sudden, she's saying that it's $3,000, right? And I was like, hold on one second.
Oh, wait, what?
I went on Expedia and I found on Banana Airlines for $750. And she said, I never heard that air company before, right?
Very
Banana
good.
Airlines. And I was like, how dare you? It's been in the business for a while, Banana Airlines. And
CEO Sean Connery Jr.
yeah, exactly, CEO Sean Connery Jr. So it's just,
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. We love you.
yeah, so.
It's good times.
That's fucking great. That's hysterical. That's fucking hysterical.
So, anyways, anywho.
So what is it that's going on in like your guys' everyday lives? Like casually, not business wise.
Well, I'm getting married.
Yeah. So just
Yeah,
right.
that's
Oh,
all.
actually, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
holy moly.
Thanks.
Boom
Yeah.
and boom.
Thank you.
Wow, congrats,
Crazy
dude.
shit. Thank you. I met my
Congrats.
wife, wife to be, she was a fan, so I met her because of the YouTube channel. Which is weird.
Bless.
Life is weird. But if we hadn't posted that video, I never would have met her.
It just keeps.
It's-
the benefits
you
just
see-
keep reaping.
Yeah.
Everything from filmmaking to personal to getting calls from White House to getting married. Everything because of freaking YouTube and viral video.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing, like the world that we live in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the middle of curating this channel and growing and making all these videos and maintaining
Doing a lot of collabs with
collaborations,
big YouTube
maintaining
channels.
a long distance 6,000-mile relationship over a year and a half.
Yeah.
So a lot of stress.
Almost done.
Almost done. Moves here in a
One
month.
more
We got our
month.
visa last week. Or
Yeah.
months ago. Yeah, life's fucking crazy, dude. But
That's absolutely.
wouldn't have it any
great,
other
man.
way. Yeah.
That's so great.
Thanks.
That's so
Opening
great.
businesses, closing businesses, opening new businesses. It's just
Finding new scams.
Yeah.
And thanks to our squad and helping us reach out to other YouTubers, we have like our collaboration game is like in full force. We're collaborating with other, even bigger YouTubers than us, and we're getting sponsorship, offers left and right, and it's like it's taking shape into this whole other
So,
thing now.
other than the publicist, what are you guys doing to like reach bigger audiences, or is it just something that
Well,
you haven't even had to think
well,
twice
you can
about?
ask that question.
Well, it's amazing.
We find out.
It's amazing how it works. Of all of the interviews we've done every network in the States and beyond. The thing that gives us the most growth and reach is collaborating with other YouTubers. We've had a massively higher subscriber growth just collaborating with one YouTuber versus all of our interviews on ABC, CBS, all of them.
Name it all.
And that's because we learned this early on, because the viral video initially was posted on Facebook by a licensing company. Didn't go on YouTube at first. And so we had all these hundreds and hundreds of millions of views on Facebook, yet nothing was happening on YouTube. It was very slow growth on YouTube.
Cross-passing platform.
Getting people to cross platforms is damn near impossible.
Yeah.
They just don't do it. It's a different
Yeah.
audience. It's a different demographic. They don't click over. They don't want to search shit. It doesn't work that way. So when you're on CBS doing an interview, you could be the star of the episode. That you're not going to get people to subscribe as easily as if you're already on YouTube doing something huge.
So-
but, sorry for interrupting you,
Oh, no,
but
no.
without those interviews, the bigger YouTubers
Oh, yeah.
would not pay attention. But when they went on our Instagram, they saw all
Oh,
these
yeah.
big shit,
I don't
right?
mean to devalue it.
Right,
It's still
exactly.
awesome, and we always love that shit. But as far as like growing and reaching higher
Yeah.
people to see our channel specifically,
It's definitely
it's
only
collaboration.
YouTube. Collaboration
That's
on
where it's
YouTube.
at. Like,
So,
by far.
are you guys personally reaching out to these people just through email? Or are you DMing them, or what do you
bit
guys?
of both.
Yeah.
Some come to us. We reach out to them. It helps when you do people that are doing similar things as you.
Plus,
and
we have amazing squad who will leave a comment on their
help
channels,
us like navigate
help us
that
navigate
as well.
and say
We
like, hey
actually had a
guys,
huge collab video going live tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's actually a 3-way collab between 3 different channels. So, and collectively, all 3 channels have over 500,000 subscribers.
Wait, and when are you guys you're doing that?
No, it's posted tomorrow. It'll be live tomorrow.
Whoa!
So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
That's our
with that.
actually second collab in the past month.
Yeah.
Right, so it's only maybe 10, let's say 15 channels, right? Scam baiting channels.
Uh-huh.
But most of the channels, it's only voice, right? You don't see anything. It's
Okay.
cartoons and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
phone
yeah,
calls,
yeah,
voiceover.
yeah.
And only literally 3 channels that is personality driven. Trilogy Media, Rosie, and Kid Boga, right? 3 of them. And freaking Avengers of scam baiting, gonna drop tomorrow a big bomb.
First
on,
one.
Yes.
That's awesome.
There's going to be set. We had a filming day, and there's a bunch of videos coming out of it, but the first one's coming out tomorrow. We're really excited.
Dude, that is so awesome.
So yeah, between 3 of us, it's like literally like
It's over 500,000 subscribers. Yeah.
600,000 subscribers between 3 of us, and we in the same industry, in the same doing
Same mission.
yeah,
with
same
all
Robin
the
Hoods,
completely
you know?
different styles.
Yes, different
You know.
styles, different personalities, male, female, and whatever. But yeah,
And what are you guys at right now as far as subscribers go
Yeah,
on
we're-
YouTube?
pushing
We're
100K.
going to hit 100K. I mean, you can never predict because some days we get a fuck ton and some days we don't, and we don't dwell in that. It's not about that.
Yeah.
But we can't say how long it's going to be, but we're very close. I mean, I think we're at
95?
95 right now or something like that. So
That is
really close.
absolutely insane.
And like it's not like anything. It's not like our life changes as soon as we hit it. It's not about anything more than just a symbol of gratitude. Like holy shit, we made it here. We want to go so much farther, but it's like wow, you're there. It's like that's cool. Like,
Before we like 3 different events, like Ashton used to work at the company that jet skis, well, like jet ski rentals, you know, like something.
I
And
remember
basically, when I will go pick him up or like take him for a drink, like 11 o'clock when he will close his office, right? We literally will be in Marine Del Rey, facing our future building when we wanna leave, right? And we promise each other, we like shake our hands and we're like, brother, it's coming, it's gonna be day, we're gonna live in those buildings. And 2 years later, we live exactly like half a mile away from the building that we pointed, right?
Just getting closer.
As a YouTube channel, same stuff. We made a dream. We had some drinks. We went on a Venice Pier, and we said like, okay, are we doing it? Yes. If we're doing it, all money, energy, skills, everything what we have, all in this dream. And for us, this first milestone, it's 100,000. Because 100,000, what's happened? YouTube gonna send you a silver plaque, right? 100,000 silver plaque, 1 million it's golden plaque, and 10 million it's a diamond. They're gonna send you a Fabergé
Get
egg.
them plaques. son.
egg.
An egg. They're gonna send you a yes.
Yeah.
So for us, that 100,000 means everything because we went through tears, like everything.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, wet, sweat, and
Days
tears.
where you feel like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah.
To afford that publicist, for 6 months we have to eat freaking, like I always say, peanut butter and jelly. Because publicist is expensive as fuck. And we literally, whatever Trilogy Media make, we just reinvesting. And you just like, brother, we cannot touch anything from Trilogy Media. Just keep pushing back. And
What was that about?
Wyatt, I'm gonna have you ask him some of the fan questions.
Yeah,
So just like if you read the chat down from here.
Oh yeah.
Squad.
Yeah.
what up?
You got
Do you guys have any personal favorites among like the videos that you guys have done? That's from Icy.
I see!
Yeah.
I'm absolutely, I told my brother, when we excited about the video that we cannot wait to release it, and that video is Craigslist, right? $100 for 3-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom house.
No,
right?
that's you're thinking about a different video. We did 2 Craigslist videos recently, but the first one we did was an apartment scam.
Apartment scam,
And
right.
yeah, that goes on our list because it was also among the time too we were kind of reshaping and looking to do some new stuff so that one was only like a week and a half ago. But that's definitely in probably my top 5. But I have a couple of favorites, but it's hard to pinpoint. There's been so freaking many of them. There's a couple of our originals too that I'll never forget. One in particular with Motherfucker Kevin.
Ha!
I remember we had a scam where we coined Motherfucker Kevin, and that was still probably one of my favorites too. But
This is from Meg was here. How and when did you guys get into using spoof card?
relatively early on,
In the beginning, probably 10,000-15,000 subscribers.
we
right?
gotta give a legit shout out to 2 apps, Spoof Card and RoboKiller, which at the time were had the same team behind them, and they now kind of their own entities. But either way, that whole team behind those apps have believed in us and put faith in us since the very beginning of our channel.
Yeah.
They came in, they were the first ones to sponsor us, and kind of helped us just keep pushing us forward, and they're still with us, and they're amazing. And Spoof Card is an app we use to spoof our number to call the scammers safely. So definitely over a year we've been using them, probably almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So Christina
Christinapedia?
Yeah.
Christinapedia.
She wanted to ask you guys about Marquissimo. Like, what's up with him?
Mm-hmm.
What is he up to right now?
That's actually a scammer that we saved.
Right.
and moved him from.
I heard you guys mention him earlier.
Yeah.
And so, do you guys know what he's up to right now?
We're still in contact with him.
He's like done. He's not doing that anymore.
Oh, he left scamming a long time ago,
That's
but
awesome.
he actually left it from the beginning. But
I think I remember that video.
For those that watching have no idea what the hell we're talking about, yeah, it was a scammer that actually in one of our biggest videos we've ever done was a movie quote video. He tried to scam us in the IRS scam, but if you watch the video, over the course of the video, we actually get him to kind of break down and be honest with us for a second, and he started saying that he's only doing this because there's no opportunity and he doesn't like this, he has a family to support, he's kind of stuck in hard times, and he was like, and he's younger than me. And we just have felt for him, and so we developed this thing where we were Skyping, we Skyped with us. And he gave us information about the scam, and he like quit, and we helped him quit. We did a GoFundMe to help him start his own business, and it was a whole complete redemption thing where he supplied information to people to help them understand how the scam works better, and also we helped him to get out of that. He vlogged his whole journey out of town and moved and looked for other jobs, and now he's opening his own company. So it's
Even
been like
Fox 11 interviewed
that's the
him.
Fox 11
That's
guy. That
Fox
they
11
interviewed.
guy, yeah.
So if you watch that special, he's in that. But yeah, he's.
To answer your question,
it's been like a year-long process, and it's still happening
Yeah.
slowly, because as things do, especially with him having minimal access to internet. But he's doing good, and we're just still seeing that through. So.
That is absolutely awesome. Sorry, I'm just looking through all these questions,
No,
so I
that's
don't know
good.
which one's the most recent. Oh, I see. Sorry, guys. I'm so bad at this.
Oh, that's good.
Don't worry about it. We have a pass to drink.
That's right.
Tails is asking if you took
Tails
an improv
Warrior?
class. Yeah. She's asking if you took an improv class because you're so fast.
I've taken some improv.
Pop off or improv?
Improv. I've taken a little bit of improv, not a tremendous amount. I just have a very random sense of humor, so that's where a lot of that comes from. I just a very random sense of humor.
Right.
So that just kind of comes naturally to me. Improv is definitely valuable, though, and especially when it comes to interacting with other people and knowing how to say yes and knowing how to progress it forward instead of shutting it off. So I've taken a couple, but not a lot.
That's
I
great.
did, yeah. I used to play in Russian theater, and it's just basically when you want to be an actor in Russia, in UK, you have to get a bachelor degree, right? So you have to go through study, a lot of books, a lot of literature, a lot of playing on stage. So an improv class, it's part of the education. So when I got my bachelor degree in acting, it was part of it. Yes.
So Sindal, she's asking if you guys have ever considered any type of other pranks, and when your guys' merch is launching.
Yeah, relaunching actually, because we haven't had it up for a few months because we thanks to our squad, we sold out of the whole first store that we had, and we're revamping a whole new thing now. This month is the hardcore goal, so before the end of May.
That's what we, yeah. And
First,
the second,
first question though, we're always looking for ways to expand. We've even experimented with different things, but
the art of confidence, we had the other stuff that it's,
I think at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to the collabs that we do and what people want to see. We're always listening to what they want. And
when you reach the bigger level, then you can start, like producing more collabs.
We've never been big on like pranks for the sake of pranks.
Yeah.
We love that kind of stuff, but for us, especially with what the channel's become, it works a lot better for us to be something that's actually sending a message.
Yeah, more deeper than just go and.
So we did some public pranks, but it was
Right.
more about showing you what can happen when you're confident versus not confident. So you can get away with some stupid shit if you're confident. If that's the only thing you have, which is way more powerful than a resume or a look.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
So pranks with positive pranks with a motive or with a message, I guess. We're always looking to do that stuff too.
So Highlight's asking, what are your guys' goals for the upcoming year? And what are your goals for Trilogy in the near future?
I think we already basically that's the same question and the same answer that we already had. So for us, it's hopefully to get that first season 22 episodes, shot and produced and delivered and distributed. we want to go on a big network. We like I said, I was like, brother, we're gonna do everything that we can to reach out to Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, whoever. Right now we have an amazing squad, 100,000 people, and we have a great concept, and we want to do like Catfish, like something just, like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. People love that investigation when you go and reveal a shady businesses. Like that's a core. Just go big and wide.
Right. And when can we expect like the first episode of The Cheat? That's from Loretta.
The rough plan is to launch the crowdfunding in the next week and a half.
Yeah.
And depending on how that goes, we're also still working on the scripts. But I would like to say I'd like to film it, at least the majority of it, probably this summer.
Yeah.
So
July, August,
maybe
whatever.
the fall
Okay.
premiere, and then it'll be like we're gonna release. We're gonna self-distribute it probably, and so probably one episode a week through the fall into the spring.
Okay. Nice. And are you guys gonna release those? Are you just gonna do them as they come, or do you guys want to do?
No, we're
gonna shoot it.
We're gonna shoot
the whole
all of them,
season,
the whole season,
and
yes.
and edit them, and then have a
and then release them all. At
probably
one
like
time?
once a week. We're gonna that could always change too, depending on investors and maybe if there's network involvement. At this point, we're gonna self-distribute it and probably promote it on the YouTube channel and just release like one episode every Friday or something, just to keep up the following and have some mystery to it a little bit.
And Kelly Comstock's asking, what do you guys do in your free time?
What's that?
What do you guys like?
What is it? Free
I think I
time?
could answer that for her.
When I need to unwind, I'm kind of a homebody. I just like to relax and if I have any time to watch a show. I do love going to the movies. It doesn't happen often, but I do love it. With a wife moving into town, I'm sure we'll be spending a lot of time at Disneyland.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty much 7 days a week, 18 hours a day working right now. But I wouldn't have it any other way. So.
And Christine is also asking, what is going on with the BESA? BESA movie?
Bessa. Well, as I know, because it's a friend of mine, producer and director, they're still negotiating. They're trying to close Nicolas Cage for that movie, and it's just negotiating, getting more money because he's expensive and.
It's just the nature of filmmaking.
It's the nature of
Shoot dates
filmmaking,
get pushed
exactly.
constantly, and it keeps happening. And
Yeah.
So it's a film that we're both supposed to be in, and we're excited for it to happen, but we're also have to be patient.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, that's like, we're all out of time. That was
Is that an hour? Oh
that
my
was,
god.
yeah, that was over an hour.
That's insane.
I know, that was really fast. That was really fast. We could talk all
That's
day.
a quarter of like half of our live stream. So usually we go
Yeah.
between
I
2
know.
and 3
We're
hours.
so
Right.
used to
Yeah,
Blink.
holy cow.
Well, thank you for having us.
You guys that was the funnest. That was so
Subscribe to
fun.
Trilogy Media.
Yeah, seriously, subscribe to these guys. These guys are hysterical if you can't tell already. But thank you guys so much. That was awesome and very informative. You guys are, like I said, match made in heaven. You guys are like the hardest working people that I aspire to be like. So
Thank you so
thank
much.
you guys.
Thanks, brother,
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
All right.
Na zdrowie!
Sorry, I haven't read your chats
cut.
much, guys.